Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Borderlands. We're doing the last thing I think we can actually... I don't even think we can pull it off. Let's be honest here. We're gonna go look at Cromax and then we'll turn in the supermarket sweep quest that we did last recording where we ran through the armory a second time. Oops. Well, there goes all my money. So I had the money, but I just lost 600,000 of it. So that sucks.
Let's get out of here.
That's a high penalty, but the penalty goes lower the less money you have, so it's pretty balanced. It is built around the concept of trying to keep the player from going to the maximum amount. However, the fact that there is an achievement for donating the maximum amount, or at least there was on the 360 an achievement for donating the maximum amount to the world's largest bullet, makes it's slightly problematic there. I have no real reason to deal with these guys, so we'll just try to rush through them. It's highly unlikely I'll be able to kill Cromax by myself. Even if I was at maximum level, it's still very unlikely. Is there a vehicle this way? Or... I guess there isn't, so... I'm gonna take the opportunity to get a car just to drive faster to Cromax. So come out this way, run over here. See, this is the exact same layout of the car place we were in a few minutes ago. They didn't change anything, just copy and pasted it. But that's almost believable. How many gas stations look that different in the real world? Alright. So here we are, where you have this rocket launcher, we have this gun, we have a shotgun, and we have this Aridin weapon, or Iridian weapon, if I want to call it one. Well, I was calling it before. And the level here on this quest is 61, difficulty impossible. It would give me 30,000 experience points, which maybe that would do something to level me up. As far as our other quests, there's still a decent amount of them to do. I still haven't opened up 500 chests, but I have, and I still haven't opened up 5,000 lootable objects. I almost have shot 100,000 times. Still haven't gotten that 5-second airtime. Every time I die here, it's gonna cost me money too, so that's something to remember. And it's a ancient alien stone. We'll see how this works. Now, this area is just one giant fighting area. Dead body. I probably will respawn somewhere close to around here. Here we have a level 51 shock contact for a sale. That's interesting. And here's a level 55 mod. So these are like top tier equipments. Look at this level 58 shield with a 243 thing. And look at the price of it. I can't afford it. It's the maximum shield you probably can have in the entire game, or at least when this DLC came out. This would be better, but it's level 60. I can't do anything with any of these. Just maximum attack and damage. And there's nothing for coming in here. It would be a little unfair to just walk in here and earn something. Even maybe money. I would heavily consider buying. Ooh. We can buy this, however. And that's the right move. Is get some sniper deck. Get some upgrades on our bullets. I would heavily consider, when taking on Chromex, to buy guns and just spend all your money. And I did just spend all my money. Look, I went from 8 million to 3 million. Which will certainly be more work to get back to that point. This is really where the second playthrough comes into play. It would make sense that you would just be at the maximum of everything. Your money, your weapons, your damage, your equipment, your inventory slots, your bullet slots, all of that would make a lot of sense. On the second playthrough, when you put another 60 to 80 hours of gameplay in this. Of course, I don't think I can ever justify doing a full second playthrough. So here we have Chromex the Invincible. Here we have a level 62 Worm. And I just died. Falling off the edge. So that gun didn't work one bit, and that cost me 200,000 for the privilege of the falling to my death. The thing about the Circle of Duty, at least, is that we have a chance of succeeding. Here, there's no chance. This is a laughable joke. This is an incredibly difficult fight, even when you have 4 characters at max level. You do, when you beat this level quest, get a massive amount of iridium items that you would use here. Like, what am I using right now? Corrosive 3. Why don't I use Explosive 4 instead? You get a ton of great top tier level weapons. Even if I was able to beat Chromex right now, I'd probably get a bunch of weapons I can't use. So I'd just be selling them. but then you could sell them at a massive profit. So we are here. We need to just kind of keep our eyes out. And we can see the numbers are going down, but this guy hit me once. We've got these worm things, these little maggots, getting criticals on them, and it's doing nothing. They have such a high defense. And that's another 200,000. So, yeah, that was 10 minutes, and there's really no reason to continue there. So, if I was to take this and go out here, I don't think the circle of duty is even on this side of the map. Let's see. Yeah, the circle of duty is way on the other side. So let's just go ahead and cheat again, exit, and then load back into the game. First playthrough. This will get us back to T-Bone Junction, and we can pick up some money. Now they're gonna try and give me more money, but it's not gonna be much. It's still averaging just about $200 for every small amount and $2,000 for every large amount. I've already got all of these. All of these other ones are low level.
Do not take up arms to fight the oppressors.
So you can kind of, you should be able to see at this point the reason why there's an achievement for doing all the quests in this DLC in particular. And that reason is because, well, it's because you would have to kill Crawmax. Man, I wish you could have gotten in the sheriff's office. That seems like a failed opportunity.
Don't be shy. Come
So we'll
right
turn in the supermarket sweep. Do Marcus's dirty work. He's come to attention that the lockdown palace is a bit of a leadership palace. So I need to kill a bunch of prisoners and midgets and skags. Well, nice. I'm glad there's another quest to do.
You just need to shoot more bullets.
Where's that gun I was using? This does more damage, but it's slower. How's this vile torment versus my cold torment? It's not as good.
I hope to see you again soon. Those last guys a thing or two about firepower.
Well, that gives me a different quest to take on. So I really didn't want to do the Circle of Duty anyways. Let's now grab a vehicle and use that vehicle to leave. Back to the prison. Not a terrible thought.
Hey, let's get you rolling, man.
Let's get out of here.
Kill prisoners, kill midgets, kill skags. And they want me to... They want me to actually probably kill some other people in some other places too. I'm gonna have to decide which way to go. Let's see, I think this is a sunken sea. So I think this is the right direction. And see, I knew there was some other quests. Lockdown Palace, that's the right direction. I knew there was some other quests or some things that at the very least gave you reasons to go back. Yeah, Lockdown Palace in particular makes a lot of sense to have something else extra in it. Of course, that'll only get me so many prisoners killed. I'll have to find a different place, like this Midgetville. Let's see. Let's see how far this platform goes down. Is this one of these, or is this just a small thing? Yeah, this is just a small thing. Finding skags won't be a problem, although killing 25 will take a little bit of time. Just gotta keep going. Keep moving, keep moving. We are getting a little dangerously close to just boring repetition. This place is not barricaded, which is nice. And then this path is also not barricaded, which is nice. Oops. It's slightly surprising you can get this far. You can just bounce on things on the edge and not immediately stop or take damage. I'm trying to think how you would even program it to work that way. I suppose you just move the vehicle slightly to the left or right and apply some damage and do an animation that bounces it while you do some kind of physics engine thing to it. Alright. So we have, I believe, in this area, I should just start by default at the Lockdown Palace, and then we'll come back and deal with the skags and midgets if there isn't more of this. Here we're back to the world's largest bullet. Let's see. Black smoke right there. I don't think it was supposed to animate that black, that deep. There's a jump right here I have to make. Went too high. And then we come over here. Seriously? Seriously, game? Alright, I'm up here. My vehicle is here. If I put my vehicle on this road, can I get it back that direction? Like, there's no jumping off it. Really would have been nice if there was a jump off point right there. So, no, I think I have to do the whole thing again. I'm not taking any responsibility whatsoever for that one. It was clearly the game and the bad controls, as far as I'm concerned. So we have to do the jump again, and then do the other jump. So I guess we don't need as much extra. Still not taking any responsibility for that. I'm still blaming the game. This game desperately needs to unlock some shortcuts. Like fast travel stations, shortcuts, whatever. Particularly this DLC. It's not fun driving. I mean, it's not a miserable, awful experience either, but it's not fun. I hate you. I hate you, game. You're doing this on purpose. You're doing this on purpose. I know you are. Let's see. If I switch to the gunner's seat. Is there some way to spawn a vehicle up here? No. And there's no phase walking, and there's no shortcut. So I need the racer here. And it is stuck over there. And there's nothing else. Can I do anything on the gunner seat? Wait a minute, I might be able to just explode myself free. Even if I am able to explode myself free, it's not gonna be the direction I wanted to go. Attempt number 4. And oh, by the way, while we're wasting time here, time is getting eaten up to actually do this quest. And I don't think we're going to have another hour of doing this DLC. So I'm willing right now to just say, look, if I can't get the number of prisoners, midgets, and skags killed in the next about 30 minutes, I'm just gonna forget it. It's just gonna be on a growing list of things that I would like to do, but I'm not gonna spend the effort to actually do. So back to Lockdown Palace. Not sure which gun I want to use. I guess I do have to open everything. Isn't this the one that has like a second locker? Come on, prisoners. And see, that didn't even count as a midget. I don't know why it didn't, but it didn't. Didn't count as a prisoner either. So, as soon as I get 50 prisoners killed... Too slow, too slow. As soon as we're done, I'm going to just turn around and we'll try to get the rest of this done quickly.
The loot be mine.
More guns. That's 5 of 50. It'd be strange if Mr. Shank showed up again, but General Knox showed up again, so I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like this game, this DLC in particular, responded to feedback from the players that just wanted more. The appetite for playing Borderlands 1 was massive. There really must have been nothing else out at the time anywhere as good. And from what I recall, that's kind of it, true. Maybe people were a little bit tired of playing things like Call of Duty, or maybe there hadn't been a game like that out in a while. Now they're back to playing Call of Duty right now, so they renewed interest either by changing things. Another little glitch, another little lockup. There's nothing else here. I bet because I'm low on money, I start finding better weapons. And I bet because I start finding better weapons, I might improve. So there very possibly is a strategy of intentionally dying as the quickest way to lower the amount of money you have so that you might find better weapons. All of this kind of gets destroyed in a weird way with Borderlands 2, and people are still being encouraged to play Borderlands 2 through codes that are put on Twitter. This guy got magneted up here. And the codes give you a key that unlocks a special chest that gives you a special weapon, or 2 or 3. And so you can constantly have a reason to go back. It's actually a quite genius system. I forget what they call them. Golden keys, or I think there's something else. It's its own system, so it's not like they cost money or they go through Steam or anything. You just go into the main setup, the main game, and enter the key.
Kill him now!
I'm surprised other games haven't adopted a similar thing. It also works well in Gearbox's favor because to find the keys, to get more of them, you have to follow them on Twitter, or maybe they also do it on some other social media links. We're at 24 prisoners dead now. So they can constantly expect you to be available to be advertised to for the exchange of getting these keys. And they still do it for Borderlands 2, and then they occasionally do it for Borderlands the pre-sequel, which is a little odd. You'd think they would push their newest game, but I think Gearbox even themselves knows that the pre-sequel wasn't as popular or isn't as robust as Borderlands 2. I think the pre-sequel also has a weird mechanic that people weren't happy about, where you did a lot more jumping and had to deal with areas that didn't have oxygen, so less of a focus of just mostly staying on the ground. And there's Chaz, he's back. Wow, a whole clip, and still not enough. There's the rocket launcher gone. This is an interesting conflict because it's a combination of two fights that were in this area at different times. Alright, we are now full on bullets and things, which is fine because we are also right next to a sales vendor.
Who knows what you're gonna find in the vault? Make sure you're packing.
Let's see. I don't think I'm gonna have a ton of shields because I haven't been fighting Atlas people. So we can just start selling these things. As long as they don't look too good, which they don't. Still got a lot of things to sell. Where's my assault rifle? Is it this Glorious Havoc? I guess it is. And then this SMG is 109 times 12, and this SMG is 100. Yeah, let's get rid of the bone shredder. There we go. We can just pick up these other weapons and move forward. That door is locked. Actually, this might be as far as I can go. Let's see. The map would continue right here. And it's locked. Well, that's not enough prisoners. I need more prisoners to spawn. I don't know what the game is trying to do here. Why would you do that? Why would you not give me enough prisoners to fight? And see, I'm not triggering points where more enemies would show up. Or anything. Like nobody's coming out of there. Nobody's coming out of here. This is just a pointless run backwards through the area being empty. Well, then I guess my only choice is to leave the area and come back. Another glitch. I don't know why specifically these areas are glitching so much. I need 14 more prisoners and then we'll go deal with the others. So back, and I'm hoping this respawns it. If it doesn't respawn it, there's no other prisoners. Like, as far as I know, there's no other prisoners in the entire game. Nobody's here. This makes no sense. Why would you do this? Why would they drop the balls so badly like this? We can try to kill the people on the outside, but I think they're just psychos. Like, that's not a prisoner. It seems like there should just be a way to go back into areas and respawn everything and reset everything. Well, this is only further encouraging me to just give up. Like you can't get it in one run.
Let's get some wheels.
Apparently. 5 seconds hang time. 5 seconds hang time. Nope. Our next thing would be to find some skags, which I think if I just go this way, I will be in a skag valley. I think. Yep. 25 skags, 100 midgets.
Here we go!
Let's just run around and kill as many of these as possible. Jeez, I'm about to die. So that was not in the numbers that I was hoping for. That's 5 of 5 skags, of 25 skags, so 1/5 of those. Let's move to the next area. If I can find a city full of midgets, I suppose that'll get the much larger number that I seem to need. Let's see, where does this go? There we go. So there's several little places like this. Of course, we're not gonna. We'll have to run back to the prison, which probably means we'll have to exit the game. These guys are doing the number on me. They're fast and they're overwhelming, worse than the zombies by far. Where are you?
I'm really good at this.
So that gets me up to 21 of 100.
More loot? What if I do?
Moving on, I suppose. I'm trying to think, is there possibly a third quest here that I haven't thought of after we kill locals? Like, he's had me kill the Atlas Corporation twice. He's had me kill locals once. He's had me run through the armory a second time. Man, that guy is armored. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Is there... There's like something over this direction that I can shoot. But nothing else. This is such a team-based game. Such a team-based game. You're really, really penalized for not having other players with you. I assume these bullets aren't the bullets I need. Just go ahead and just speed the process up. This is where we were. Where are we going, by the way? Just kind of working our way this direction. There's literally no other prisoners. They needed to have a second prison location if this was their plan. It wouldn't have been terrible if there was a second prison location, or just a location that was taken over by prisoners. Halfway done with the skags, halfway, 1/3 of the way done with the midgets. A lot of excuses to continue shooting things. I'm gonna have to struggle to not play shooters for a while after this. Playing both Borderlands and Bioshock Infinite around. I know the large percentage of video games are first-person shooters, but I've had my fill. I've had my fill of the shooting in particular. It's not the RPG elements of Borderlands or the special ability elements of Bioshock. Alright. And see, when you come out this way, there's no vehicle. So I'm once again doing a long walk in the desert. I guess I could be happy that there's no like heat exhaustion or anything like that, where you had to collect water or thirst or stay in the shade. They did make a game that was like that, where you were in the snow and you were constantly needing to warm yourself up or take damage. Nobody liked it, surprisingly enough. I'm being ironic. Obviously, nobody liked it. Nobody. I don't know what they. Nobody knows what they were thinking.
Let's get out of here.
All right. I can look a little bit over here to this side. Can't even do anything over there. Interesting. There's another city somewhere this direction, I think. Yep. So we'll see what's here. It's just a bunch of psychos.
Another victim.
And there's no real reason to even be here. Just a psycho city, and they decided not to even have. There's just this, and that's it.
Strip the flesh. Blood.
This could have been a connecting tissue where you would get up on that and like run. That might have been what they were going to use it for. So let's see. I think if I get on this vehicle, this path, this leads to what I would refer to as Midgetville. But I could be wrong. But I still need to kill 9 skags. And I still need to potentially exit out of the game, go back to T-Bone Junction, and get back into the prison. And looking at the clock, with 10 minutes to go, I don't think it's gonna happen. What happens when we finish this quest? Well, we kind of know what happens. It's the same thing as always. You get a small reward in experience and money, and all this is... let's get these skag riders over here. Out of bullets. Time for a new gun. Let's make use of our shotgun. When another one of those scenarios where we've been asked to do a challenge that is beyond our capacity of bullets, which is really weird considering the fact that we just got even higher storage deck upgrades for bullets through the Crawmax area. One more skag down and we're done. So now I just need to convince some more midgets to attack me, which I think will require me to go upward. If I just work my way through all of this, I'm hoping I trigger a few spots. Is there no way up? Seriously, there must be a way up. Ah yes, it's this way. Shops have new inventory. Thank you, game, for telling me. That's vitally important information right now. So I need, hopefully, $45 more of these guys to show up and try and kill me. It's a decent chance. But I'm just sitting here, and that guy was a suicide bomber. Just standing there with a grenade, trying to blow me up. Interesting, the E to use prompt is locked on the screen. How long has that been there? It went away. A little bit of a glitch. Still need a significant number of midgets though.
The loot's be mine.
Now, in comparison to the other two DLC pieces, I've kind of had my fill at this point. Like, I'm right at the end of playing this and killing these same enemies, and the game did a good job of introducing new enemies in this DLC, but didn't integrate them into the main game or integrate just some of the other characters that we fought in the main game. If there were some zombies that showed up every now and then, if there were some spider ants particularly, and racks, those have all disappeared. We could have fought a rack hive, Certainly just keep it more varied. And if some of these areas better integrated or integrated at all into the main game, that would be nice. But I know I have one more DLC to do, and I'm still going to be mostly running around and shooting things, but I don't want to run around and shoot characters in this part anymore. I've had my fill for a while. This game seems almost assuredly built so you have to take a little bit of a break and come back later and do some cleanup work, because see, that's the circle of duty section, and we have 4 minutes, so I wouldn't want to do that. Did I make it? Nope. Thanks, game. Thanks, game, for doing that to me. And where am I now?
Forget your ride.
Enough walking.
So I can't do Chromax. Maybe with a lot of work I could do Circle of Duty Corporal, which I'm not even sure is the last one. And Local Trouble in particular would require me to exit and go back to T-Bone Junction, which frankly I kind of have to do that anyways, don't I? Yep. So let's cheat once again and just exit to T-Bone Junction and then come back, play through 1. And then we can just play a little bit of Menu Hero. Let's see. As far as our quests go, like, proficiency oddly doesn't seem like it wants to go above 15%. So maybe I just do get everything up to 15% eventually. Fine by me. We got a lot of weapons to sell. One more level would get the bullet velocity. I'm starting to believe that all of those things don't really help. And maybe damage reduction and shield regeneration. Because, yeah, a respec probably is in order. To go back to shield regeneration instead. We've never really tried days. So, but I don't know if that really needs to be done ever. We could do elemental resistance, or we could just continue increasing our fire rate. I probably need to turn fire rate off. Let's keep accuracy and bullet damage and get rid of just fire rate in total. So come over here, purchase a reset, and we'll set up for the next deal. So instead, no, I didn't want to do that. How much is it going to cost me to respec there? Not that much. Try this again. So instead of fire rate, I'm going to go with elemental effect chance. And then I'm going to go with shock damage, because we're not really going to be fighting anybody that's too but much around that. And then we're going to go with experience, because that always makes sense. And then shield capacity, definitely. And healing still, I think so. Then critical hit damage. I have 9 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe now I'll have a better shield setup and could possibly survive for a little bit longer in the circle duty. But I don't feel like it's worth the effort to try. All of these quests that are left could be done really quickly on multiplayer with just somebody else playing, which that's on the back of my mind, is maybe at some point I will just do a stream that is just focused on getting all the achievements on Borderlands 1. There's certainly a ton of other games that I've played that could also require some multiplayer assistance. So the last thing we've got here is the chance of something better. The extremely low chance of something better. Sell these med kits. This rocket launcher's no good. That's no good. That's no good. There's a glitch here, by the way, if you haven't noticed. When I sell something really fast, it'll move the cursor and what it's highlighting to the wrong place. So right now it says equipped is highlighted, but what I'm looking at is a repeater. And so I can continue to hit the right buttons, and it works the way you would expect, but it moves the cursor lower and lower, so it looks like you're highlighting something completely different, which certainly has a chance to scare a few people. Let's 190 times 15. Let's see, what else do we have? We have Savage Equalizer, and then Cold Torment, and then this War Stomper, and this shotgun. This shotgun is 90 times 9 times 1.5, which is better than that. And I think that's everything now. So we're done with Tartarus Station and T-Bone Junction. What is this one called, actually? As we wrap up here, T-Bone Junction. It kind of ends in a whimper, doesn't it? Instead of having us finish this right after we defeated General Locks, they kept handing me quests, some of which are just impossible to do. One of which is pretty much impossible to do alone. One of which is very difficult to do alone. Maybe I've gotten a better setup here. This one actually... so we're going to have all of these just left for the final DLC. And that's going to suck too. I kind of wish these would go away, but I couldn't bear to go back and try to finish this, and can't do this one. I just don't want to waste the time on this one. I would still have the Underdome mission and the Chromax mission left. my money situation is in a very strange setup because I almost went from having a maximum amount of money to now barely having 3 million. And I guess there's nothing else to do. That's it for this DLC. Much better than the Underdome, but kind of a little too long for DLC. Particularly nowadays when you're going to play it all in a row. Borderlands in itself, just as a whole package, is too long of a game. And some selective editing to have the players play the major missions and skip a lot of the pointless side missions, so that you could get them through what is a more abbreviated trilogy once Borderlands 3 comes out, would be advised. Like, I really would like to see a lot of games that have many games in their series just abridged into shorter, more easier to consume packages with a lot of the collectibles and the busy work cut out. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.